guys, so I haven't filmed a video in so long. On July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I went and saw Kian and Jc, and I know how much you guys like my experience videos, so I thought I would film an experience video. So July 1st was in San Antonio, and I live in Dallas, so we drove down to San Antonio and we had meet and greet for day one. So we didn't get there until right before meet and greet started at 5, and we checked in at 5, and then we waited and didn't meet them until 6:30. So we met them at 6:30. We went into meet and greet. This video might be really boring, but I don't know, you guys might like it. We went into meet and greet at 6:30, and I walked in and Kian was like, "Hey, I think I met you before," and I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Where did I meet you?" And I didn't know what to say, and I panicked and said, "The Shovel Buddies premiere," since that was the last time I saw him in March. And so I was like, "Oh, I met you at the Shovel Buddies premiere." Like, what? I wish I would have said like the hotel in Dallas, because then I feel like that's what he would have remembered me from most, but whatever. He was like, "Oh yeah, like blah blah," gave me a hug, "Nice to see you again," and I was like, "You too." Actually, no. Right when I walked into meet and greet, Kian was like off talking to someone, so it was just me and JC there, and we're like, "Hey," and then I like threw my purse across the room because I didn't want it in my picture, and he was like, "You don't need that," and I was like, "No, don't need it," and I was like, don't need it." We were just like talking all weird for like a while, and then that's when Kian came in and asked me like, "When was the last time I met you?" Or not when was the last time I met you, but like, "Where did I meet you?" Blah blah blah, whatever. So then after that, I gave them hugs and we took our picture, and I asked them if we could do like, I hugged Kian and JC hugs me from behind, and he was like so stupid. JC was like, "Oh, like this," and was like back to back with me, and I was like, "No," when I like pushed him. I have pictures from that, so I'm gonna like post them all here. The photographer for tour was really good. I don't know who it was. I honestly don't even remember, but he was so good, and he would just like do burst, and it was like, you're the greatest. And like, pictures were taken on our phones, but like sometimes I actually kind of like that, because then they take more pictures for you, you know. So yeah, so if you have sucky quality on your phone, sucks for you. But then we went to the show. I was front row. I literally bought my ticket 2 days before on StubHub, but not 2 days before, but like a week before on StubHub, and it was like $50, like the greatest. And during the show, like, shout out to you girls, shout out to y'all for being bitches, because I tweeted so much shit about y'all. I don't even care that I'm shit talking right now, but these girls like kept getting in front of us, and I was like, no. So like, me and this one girl went and told security. We were like, "They cut in front of us, like we paid for these seats and they're getting in front of us." Like, I'm such a bitch when it comes to that shit. I'm like, no. After the show, we were just gonna head straight to Houston, but then I was like, no, like, we're following the bus, like, we're gonna meet them after the show, blah blah blah. And like, I went with Asia, and she was really like against it. So I since I was driving, I was just sitting there in the car with my hazards on right in front of the bus, and when the bus left, I drove back after it, and Asia was like sleeping, and I was like, no, like, I'm going to the hotel. So then we wanted to see if they were going to the hotel or if they were going straight to Houston, and they did go to the hotel. They stayed at, where did they stay at? Aloft in San Antonio. And it was really random, because it was like 20 minutes from the venue. Like, why they stay so far from the venue? And that is a reoccurring thing in this video. They stay so far from the venue every freaking show. So anyway, followed them, and then we got out of the car right when we got there. And we only saw, I guess Kian went in first, so we didn't see Kian because I had to like find a parking spot. And so we saw JC, and we took pictures with JC. I'll insert it here. And we saw Wishbone and JC's mom, and I think that was it that we saw. And then we just decided to leave and head to Houston because it was already really late. Not really late, but it was like probably midnight at this point. So then we headed to Houston, and we weren't gonna get a hotel, but we got a hotel, whatever, that's besides the point. The next day, fast forward to the next day, got to downtown at like, I want to say like 2:30ish, and the biggest thing this tour was like keeping up with their Snapchats. So our goal in Houston was we wanted to meet Ryan Abe because he was on tour with them at the time, and so we like creeped on their Snapchats. I'm so sorry if I keep looking forward. There's a mirror in front of me, and so I keep like looking in the mirror. So we were like keeping up with Ryan's Snapchat, and they and like all their Snapchats in general. And JC Snapchatted. Dang, I deleted all the Snapchats. I wish I had it. But JC Snapchatted a video of him going down an escalator, and I was like, dang, like I don't know Houston all that well, but the downtown part of Houston I like kinda know, and like nothing's open in Houston on the weekends whatsoever. Like so this was a Saturday and nothing was opened, and the building he like Snapchatted was like, he was like, this is so dead in here, and he was like, oh, this is open, like I found civilization, whatever. It was one sandwich place, and I was like, I know where that is. It was in like this shopping center thing that was literally like right next to us where we parked. And so we headed to that shopping center. We didn't even see JC, like we must have left at the same time as him, but we saw Ryan, Kian, and Harrison, and we didn't get a picture with Harrison, but we got a picture with Kian and Ryan, and so I'll post this here. And then we went and did our own thing, like went to the mall, whatever, came back to the venue at like 5:30 or 6, and just walked around for a little bit and waited by the bus, and we met Harrison, because we didn't get a picture with Harrison yet, so we got a picture with Harrison. And then went to the show, whatever. The show was fun. We didn't have as good of seats, but they were pretty good because we were like first row of balcony on the side of the stage, so like we weren't like close to them, but we could see them like amazing. Like it was really good. And then the next day was the Dallas show, so that was a hometown show, or our hometown show. And we didn't end up going, so woo. But no, that's not all that happened in Dallas. So we drove to Dallas, 5 hours to Dallas. We started following them to Dallas, and then they stopped at a gas station. And my number one thing is like, Kian knows who I am, so, and like I know he knows who I am just from that one meet and greet. So I was like, I don't want to like go up to him at a random gas station, because one, we were 40 minutes out, like probably about 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes outside of downtown, and like that's kind of weird if you just like, go up to them at a gas station. Like I know girls did, but the thing is we were in front of them, and so we missed the exit and had to come back around, and we just like found their bus at a gas station. So we didn't want to like go in like after they'd already been there for like 15 minutes, probably maybe 10. So we're like, whatever, we're just gonna wait here for a little bit, like wait for them to leave. We waited for them to leave, got on the freeway at the same time as them, and lost them. Like I honestly have no idea to this day, don't know how we lost them, but we did. And so we just like headed to Dallas, and I was getting so tired and I was driving, so I was like, okay, we're just gonna head home instead of going downtown trying to find their hotel, because we probably won't find it anyway. And I'm so glad we did that, because on our way home they posted on Snapchat when they got into their hotel, so we had pictures of the lobby and pictures of their rooms. And so for the last hour of our trip home, we just tried to find their hotel. And like I get this question all the time. People ask me like, how do you find hotels? How do you find hotels? I don't know how. Like I honestly don't, except for looking at pictures. So like honestly, that's all I do is look at pictures and like try to compare the lobbies and try to compare the rooms. And so I also know like Dallas hotels really well, or just like hotels in general. So from the start, we said that this hotel looked like a Hilton. It literally took us the whole hour that we were driving home, couldn't find it, and probably like an hour and a half when we actually got to my house. We didn't go to sleep till like 5:30 in the morning, maybe 6, because we were trying to look for this hotel. But we did find it, and it was like 30 minutes from the venue, so that's cool. Like why? So then we What is wrong with my hair? Wait. So then we went to sleep and woke up at like 11 or 12. No, we woke up at like 10 or 11 and headed to the the hotel, and got there at like 12 or 1, parked and sat in the lobby until 3 o'clock when they came out. JC, Harrison, Ryan, and Dom came downstairs, and JC, like, they all said that they were in a hurry, they were going to get lunch, whatever, and they would take pictures when they came back. So we're like, okay. Literally, JC and Dom ended up freaking leaving Harrison and Ryan, and we were like so confused. So we were just like hanging out with Harrison and Ryan like in the lobby. We weren't even hanging out with them, but we were like, what the heck, they left you. I asked them like if they wanted me to give them a ride, and they were like, no, like we'd have to be back here really quick, and so like that's fine, like whatever, we'll just get room service. And I was like, okay. So then it was like okay, I guess this happened at like 2, and then at like 3 or 3:30 or 4ish maybe, that's when JC came back. Kian came back downstairs, came downstairs eventually before that, and we got pictures with him. It was kind of, I don't want to like shit talk him because I love Kian, like Kian is my favorite, but like he was kind of being like a little weird. So I don't know, I feel like I was annoying him, whatever, I don't even care. Our pictures are literally sitting on a couch, like what? So yeah, whatever, I'll insert that picture. JC came back, we took a picture with JC. Wishbone was there. He came back to get Wishbone, that's why he came back. Also, they were switching cars because his parents took him to get food, and they were switching to like the big van to go to the venue. And then we were gonna go to the venue and go to the show, and then we just decided like we were really tired because we had barely slept, and we'd already seen the show twice. Honestly, wasn't that interesting. Like, see it once, you're good. Don't need to see it 3 times. So we were kind of like okay with it, didn't want to pay for tickets. So that's why we didn't go to the 3rd show, which I kind of wish we did, but I kind of don't, because the only thing that's really different is the dares in the middle. Like if you went to the show, the only thing that's different between shows is the dares in the middle. So, or like the spin the wheel thing, whatever. So that's like the only thing that changed from show to show. So yeah. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what videos I should do next, or questions, because maybe I'll do a Q&A. I don't know. I want to do a Q&A, but I feel like I wouldn't get enough questions. So if you have a question, leave one down below. And I will see you guys next week. Bye!